Hello, my lovies. Let's start it off. Too tight, okay? Want to be comfortable.
Hey, Star, how you doing? How you doing? You want else on the phone, but I thought about people here. This my girl Rocky.
Hey, Rocky.
And she want that rock to swell up.
Okay.
I wanted this side. I wanted like yours. The last time I brought a girl here, the rock, you know what I mean? You swell it up, but you ain't use this one. I want the big one.
Are you serious right now?
Hey, Zoe. Hey.
What are you doing here?
Yeah, I was trying to get what the hell? You ain't gonna say evil. Hey, I was trying to get some. Hey, I was trying to get my app. You say you do them too?
Yeah, we're gonna put them.
Yeah. So you bring out other women or you take me?
Well, yeah, I ain't really taking you. Look, start. Let me talk. Start.
I'm gonna mind my business.
Yeah, start. No, you. Hey. Let me talk to you. Excuse me. Don't look at me. Start. Why the hell you? Why you didn't tell me? Why you didn't tell me? Don't let none of my women come over here without an appointment with me first. You just trying to get the money.
I want all the money. You ready?
Yeah. Hey, excuse me. Hey, so Zoe, listen here. I was bringing. This is my assistant. She helped me with my real estate properties.
Nah, I'm sitting here trying to get fixed for you, and you bringing other women up here. Nah.
That's a lie. You're a damn lie. You ain't trying to get fixed for me, because I told you I like it look like that. You pump it up. I like yours like that, so I can talk on the Bluetooth at the same time.
If you like mine, why you here with her?
But damn, we trying to spread and share in the world. You know what I mean? Black people got to stick together. And she said she want her to swell up, and you taking up her space, the energy in you.
That's fine.
Yeah, I ain't mean no harm.
Since you want to be funny, since you want to share the wealth, go ahead and pay for my appointment.
But it ain't nothing. It ain't nothing. I pay for it. Yeah, I got it. I got it. Well, I ain't doing. I'll talk to you later.
Can you send me on my way though?
Just all you want is money. See what I'm talking about? See what you got me in.
King.
Go ahead, so I can bless you. Yeah, it's
I seen that cigarette.
Yeah.
Please, sweetie.
Yeah. Okay.
Rocky next.
Yeah, Rocky, she did. Yeah, got that. She going to swell up.
Rocky needs
No, I need these. Rocky, listen. Let me talk to you for a minute, Star. Let me tell you something. Come on, no, let me tell you something. I bring these girls and then I brought you this business. I know your business booming, but I said some more boom. I paid it. So don't you take no appointments from none of my women.
I'm sorry.
You don't got me, cause I gotta pay extra.
I'm gonna let you know next time.
Yeah, let me know. Don't when I ask you to swell them up now, I'm trying to keep my pockets full. All right? Yeah, don't do that.
For Rocky?
Yeah, but I want yours.
We gonna get hers like mine.
What cup you use? Cause I think you use some different cups. Cause yours is there any way you can swell up like that? Just
I'm gonna get them right.
Yeah, you just that's the button extra. Can you show me? Put it and turn the button on and turn it on full speed. Okay. Lay down, baby. Lay down. Yeah, girl, I know darn well you ain't got those dirty Converses on stop.
Yeah, you got
my bad.
Yeah, my bad. You know I got these dirty foot. You got that good thing out there, though. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah. You know, I'm sorry. I know you judging, but it got dirty foot. They clean on the bottom. Yeah. So put them on.
Big cups.
Yeah, but I still need to use some other ones. Turn it on, put it on there, turn it on if you don't mind. Yeah, and I'm just gonna watch it. Go ahead. Can you match the button? I would like to hear the sound. Oh, then you know what that means. If you're back up and you're gonna be able to hit somebody. Ooh. Yeah. You know, you do that. You got it. Pump it up. Let me go. Let me go. I know a girl out here crying about, but yeah, I'll be better. Let me know the price. Rocky, I'm smelling it now. It's going to be a mouth. You know, do I ever not? Do I ever not pay you? There you go. Yeah, you go there. Thank you. Stop that. Stop. I was trying to swell your mountain up. Hey, Zoe, baby, I wish you had. Listen it up.
How do you feel? Is it okay?
Yeah,
that's great. It's not.
Y'all know how we started off. I was gonna do a morning fuckery, but I'm gonna get this lady out the way and then do an afternoon fuckery. So, cause this lady done piss me off again, as usual. She pisses me off. So, this is what 52 secrets red pill men know about women. The first one is disgusting, what she had to say. But that's just how I feel. I would like to know how you girls feel. How you guys doing this morning? Is glad to see you. But we got to start it off with the daily topics. It just so happened Country Wayne is always at the top of the list for the daily topics. He must like, yeah, get me out there. Get me out there. I don't know. But he's just always on the top of the list for daily topics. So let's check out the show and see what this lady has to say now. We ready to start the show now, sis? 52 secrets red pill men know about today's woman. Now, I usually do not show the comments, but once in a blue, I show the comments. I'm showing you the comments on this one too, because you can see who her audience is. And as you see, the audience is majority of men. And look at all of that men giving her money. So is she working for them or not? But let's just see what she has to say. But I want y'all to see when she says particular things, you're going to see, yeah, that's right. And God bless you and all this other stuff that I would not say. Or maybe it's the way she says it. Maybe I'm taking it wrong. I don't know. Maybe y'all can help me out here. Okay? Or maybe it's the way she says it. Maybe I'm taking it wrong. Let me just open it up a little bit for you guys. And then that'll be it. If I could. Okay. It opens. It opens well enough so you can see her and y'all can see the comments. Okay, it's open enough. Okay, let's go.
Play no more. They stopped that. They figured out how to neutralize you. Yes, culture first, politics second, and economics third. Radical black feminism is being exposed. Hey, Father's Time. So, thank you, Black Goliath. Says salute and respect, blessings and endurance during Ramadan. I mean, thank you so much. Pretty much, Star Foxy, I was doing intermittent fasting, so I kind of do a fast every day. My intermittent fasting hour is pretty much 20 and 4 or 22 and 2. So I give myself only 2 hours out of the day to eat something. But anyway, back to the topic.
Yeah, back to the topic.
So with the inception of the manosphere, the men have gotten together, they've compared notes, and as my thumbnail said, the cats are out of the bag.
Now you see, we got Father's Time, we got Shaka, we got Star, we got Father's Time giving up that. These are all men now. She say things that appeal to them. And if you say stuff that appeals to them, they will never grow. But let's keep it going.
And I'm telling this to the ladies today because
Hey,
this is why we need to just drop down and come clean, ladies, because trying to continue to keep up the different facades is like in football, and some of y'all might not know about football, but just bear with me. It's like in football where the offense is running a play that the defense can't stop until halftime. And then the coach talks to the defense about the new strategy. Then they come out in the second half and stop that play. You continuing to hold on to the facade is like the offense that keeps running that play that the defense has figured out. You're going to lose the game now. They can stop the play. They're not thinking about that play no more. They stopped that. They figured out how to neutralize you. Only some of you are going to get that reference. I'm sorry. I like football. What can I say? Thank you, Bishop. Said you was really teaching. Salute to everyone. Crimsonites, Madam Earth's A Game family. Yeah, definitely. Hey, Dr. Michelle, how you doing? So I'm just gonna go over the list today. These are 52 cats out of the bag that red pill men have come together to understand about today's women. Now, some of you may feel some type of way about this list, but we'll discuss it more at the end. So, first thing is, women hate men talking about men's issues. Yep, the men have found out that women don't like men getting together and getting all in a cloister talking without them. And the reason why they don't like men to get together and huddle up and talk without them is because women like to try to control the narrative and manipulate the conversations.
Mm-hmm.
So that these different cats that's being let out of the bag are not let out of the bag. So at the sort of like by the time I was started coming around the manosphere, it was a lot of women that was like hovering around and it was hostile because they were really coming into these spaces with some hostility. They were coming into these spaces with like, y'all men, you know what I'm saying? Y'all are just hating black women, and you know what I'm saying? How y'all over here just talking with a bunch of men, y'all want women around, blah, 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 blah. So they had a lot to say. They had a lot of combative energy because they just didn't like the idea that a bunch of men, specifically black men, were getting together outside of the eyesights of mama to talk about what has been going on with them. Okay? So a lot of women just didn't like.
What makes you think men? First of all, what makes you think women cared? Men have always gotten together outside of mama. And then guess what? They still end up going, if their mother is still here, they still end up going back to mama anyway. But the point is that men has always gotten together. Where do you think you get the word Olympics from? Break down the word Olympics. Break down what the word gymnasium means. The gym. Break down what them words mean. A group of men getting together at these places. So men have always gotten together. The point is, how long do they stay together? Do they fall in love? You know, maybe that's what happened. They've been around each other. They be talking to each other a little bit too much. They should stop talking to each other so much. But what's your point? This goes way back in history. The men do them, the women do them. Hey, we don't care what men have to say about us. They're always talking about the black women you see. And no, we do not see that, darling. But she just says something that like really disturbs me. It's something we know already, but to put it out like the way she put it out, I didn't like that. Maybe I didn't hear all of it because I couldn't stomach it, even though she's going to explain her way out of it. But she should never said that to me. She should never said that. So if you look, like I said, I usually just show the video, but I want y'all to see what type of people she has there. There are barely any women. So she's catering to men. There's no way you're going to get mad at the feminist women for being feminine, for catering to men, but you're catering to men too, acting like you're trying to help us the same way they act like, everybody act like they're trying to help people. Nobody, that's why those rebellious kids, sometimes I give it to them. Like, I don't want none of y'all help. Let me just be me. You won't call me rebellious, then F it. I don't blame them. They ain't hurt nobody. Let's finish here with this bull, what she had to say that I don't like. It's coming. But I had to take it back so, y'all can hear it.
Like that concept because they like to try to control the different narratives and try to make sure that the men maintain like a plantation type mindset as it concerns the gynocracy.
The gynocracy.
All right. So the next thing is women try to compete with men. Now, a lot of the ladies try to come in and say, oh, we not compete with men. We just doing what we supposed to do. Listen, it was competition with the men. And you still try to compete with them because you come into these spaces. It's not as bad now as it used to be. But a lot of the ladies, y'all came into these spaces, comparing with the men and saying, we've got more money, we've got more education, we're more on the ball than the men are, and y'all are dusty, and y'all are dominated, and y'all are submitted, and all of these other, derogatory words that was being used against.
Is that a competition, or is it true or false? Is it we got more money? True or false? It's not a competition. Are we working more? Is that a competition, or is that true or false? You're confused. It's either true or false. It's not a competition. And if it was a competition, then why are you making it sound like we won and they can't win? There we go again, have to be lower ourselves. Hey, Press 2. Hey, Treos. I didn't know you was gonna be here. I would have showed you your girlfriend. Your girlfriend, Kiki miss you, Treos. Kiki been asking about you. But the thing is, if me and them sat in the same classroom, I'm not supposed to do the best that I could to have high grades, just so he could feel better. I'm not supposed to be the best to my ability so he could feel better as a man. Because that's all she does is want men to feel better as a man. But then you call them the head. It's very confusing. That's right, Tony. You said you could stomach the video. Oh, thank you so much. No. We didn't get there yet. Walk with me, Tina. Walk with me. I just have to break down what she says. Talking about competition. It ain't no competition. It is, sometimes things it is what it is. My IQ is just higher than yours. For certain things you're better than me, certain things I'm better than you. But according to her, you can't be good at nothing. It's all about her. But let's go.
Against Black men in this space, right? So it was a whole lot of comparing, and really it was masculine on the behalf of the ladies, okay? And the men have gotten together to realize that you all have not really been partners to them. That's y'all favorite word, partners. You haven't been partners to them. You've been opponents. Y'all have not been even in so much as a partnership. Y'all have been in opponentship with the men for the longest. So the men have come together to compare notes about the different dynamics of their relationships with you all, and have come to realize that you really being his enemy. You're competing with him in a bad way, trying to one up him, really in areas of masculinity, which isn't a good look for you. So then this one really gets your goat. Women decline physically at the age of 25. Now, the reason why this gets your goat a lot of times, ladies, is because you're thinking like the men are saying you can't be cute after you 25. If you're pretty, then you're pretty. If you're pretty, you're pretty. You're gonna continue to be pretty unless something happened to you, unless you really, really let yourself go. Like, you're gonna continue to be a pretty woman if you're a pretty woman. If you're an average woman, you're gonna continue to be an average woman. And if you're ugly, you're gonna be ugly. But the physical decline begins at 25. Really, we're starting to reach the upper limits of our most fertile years, because we're born with our eggs, which actually goes into the next thing, which is women hit the wall at 35, which hitting the wall has a lot of different meanings. You are here in this space, hitting the wall being said to women as sort of a nana boo boo. Like, ha 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 ha, your best years are behind you, because your best years are when you're young. So since we're born with our eggs, they reach maturity or they're able to be fertilized at puberty for us, right? So even though we're born with the eggs, they are immature. So that time don't really count. It only starts counting when puberty hits us, and those eggs are then able to be fertilized because we begin.
So y'all basically see where she's going with this, right? Y'all see where she's going with this. Now, you only see so far, she only got one female in her chat so far, and that's Dr. Michelle Knight. And see, she looked at the bishop, but that's why I want y'all to see her chat. So y'all see where she's going with this 13 years old. Eggs are mature. She doesn't even sound right saying that. The eggs are mature, but she's still a little girl. But now finish listening to what she has to say. And you could tell she doesn't sound right saying what she's saying because she has no emotion or nothing in what she's saying. So now, with this particular video, she makes me think that she's pushing an agenda. It may not be an agenda, but she's making me think that she's pushing an agenda. But let's go. Hey, Caroline. She looks like an overboiled egg. What in the world is she talking about? It's too early. I'm sorry, so that's what I said too. I suppose I had did my morning effery first, but this came across and when things come across, that's God's way of telling me I have to show this first. So let's go. But y'all see where she's going. Let's listen.
Our monthly periods, right? So that starts at like 10 or 11 years old sometimes. Like I went into puberty at 11. And so let's say anywhere from 11 to 13 years old, a girl hits puberty. That's when it all starts. She's technically able to be impregnated.
You hear that?
Okay.
You hear that?
And then the clock starts right then. As soon as you get your first period, the biological clock starts. That's when it starts.
You hear that?
Okay. And we reach kind of the height of our fertility probably between 16 and 20. Okay, which is why women traditionally before modern times, women were getting married around that age. She was getting married at 13 or 14 years old because these were her prime. She's gonna have if she gets started now, she's gonna have a long time where she can.
Now she's saying technically, in other places they started getting married at 13 and 14. And then they started having kids at 16 so they can get these babies out of here. Then you have Tunde. I wish more women listen to you. And then one guy, he got a T there. He go, there, I said it. And they're giving her money for saying this. They're giving her money for saying this. There's no way this will come out of my mouth. Like we don't know how old children are, women are. Yeah, she better. She's pushing this agenda. So now, that go to show you that if she's speaking upon the manosphere and she's speaking upon other religions, didn't we just hear Polite said the same thing? Did we or did we not hear Polite and a couple of these men say the same thing she just said? So is this an agenda that she's pushing or what? Is she grooming young girls? That's what she does. Grooms young girls and women to get ready. Well, not women, because you ain't grooming us, but young girls to get ready for these type of men, for these red pill men. Telling these women, you don't need an education. Telling these women you can't think for yourself. I mean, y'all watch it. But this one disturbed me. This one really disturbed the heck out of me. She don't know what she talking about, and that you hit the wall. Let me tell you something. She should know at 40, life for females get way better when you hit 40. It's like you get a whole new, like you reset at 40, honey. You feel good. Now when you get, and they give you that 10-year gap between 40 and 50 to feel really good, then you go downhill from there. Well, let's go.
Can have multiple children and still be young enough to actually take care of them. And when they're grown, she's still young.
Now, she's wrong as usual. She's speaking upon the days when you had your own plantation. You made your own food. You going back too far. The way she talking, the age brackets and with today's money and being an adult is two different things. So yeah, you want them to start having these babies early, but do these men got the money early? Do these men got the money at 16 years old to take care of a wife and kid? Can a man get a full-time job in this country at this age? Like, what are you saying? What are you saying? And look at her her list, her chat. They say that one said the bishop said preach. No, this is not a preachable moment. You will have to show me where now in America with 13 and 14-year-olds from 13 to 16 can take care of a child. You will have to show me that. Show me this. I'm not saying they can't have one. We know these things already. But neither one can get a full job. Neither one can have an apartment. Neither one have any money. So then the next video is going to be that, oh, she made the man go away and got assistance and Section 8 and food stamps and all that other. Yeah, because you just told them at 16 years old they can have kids. They can start a family. That's what you just said. You didn't mention nothing about a financial, nothing. Yes, baby, I stay, girl, you know I stay grinding. Yes, I sleep and wake back up to grind. Yes, yes, yes. Hopefully you got my message, sissy. Hopefully you got my message. I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna hit you my number on that DM. But don't say nothing. Yeah, but I guess I got to get my grind on. Now, back to this chick. So she really makes me think, what is she talking about? Because you cannot speak upon having a family and children without having a financial backup to go with that. So now she has to say financially, what would these kids do? Because they still kids. A chalkboard eraser. Now press 2. Trey host, you something else. Don't worry. Later on, maybe about 12 or 1 o'clock, you're going to see your girlfriend, Kiki. Kiki, she been missing you. She sent the squad out for you, Trey host.
So like if like, you know what I'm saying, back in, I guess you would say old times, if a girl is married by the time she's 13 and she starts having children, she probably done having children because probably had so many, she probably done having them about in her early 20s, mid 20s, she done.
You hear that? She start having kids in the old days. Ain't that? But you talk about in America where it was forced upon you. So she start having kids at 13, and by the time she get in her early 20s, she's done. So she trying to say if you're a 13-year-old, and now the time your child get 18, time your child get 18, you still young. But still, how did that 13-year-old, them two 13-year-olds, how did they take care of this baby? I would like to know. You did not explain these things to us as usual. You know, you just talk a lot. But you don't explain nothing to us. This is crazy. Why I have to wake up to this?
Okay. By the time she's my age, the last of them kids is moving out. They're like grown. And then she's still young enough to enjoy like her life or some portion of her life where she's not raising kids. Right? Because we get tired of that.
Later.
So it's actually better for women to obviously have children young, because that's when we get prepared to do that. That's when our bodies are prepared to do that. So why am I giving you this quick biological lesson?
Please tell us.
Because this really gets women.
We didn't need. That's one lesson we did
Thank
not
you,
need.
Akintunde. I wish more of our women listen to you. I do too. That makes two of us.
That's one biology lesson we didn't need. We didn't need that biology lesson. Damn it. You could have kept that one to yourself. But let's carry on.
Wow. There I said it. Thank you. Said facts. I recently began sharing BGS Kevin S videos showing the gynocracy that triggered business proposal for you, your email. My email is in the about section of my channel. You can go down and you have to click it to see it. On topic, please, Buck Deuce, we're not talking about bombs today. So please, on topic. And please hit the like button, because I got 85 wonderful Crimsonites and I only got 42 likes. So why did I give you a quick biology lesson?
Yeah.
The reason why I gave you a quick biology lesson is because this explains the wall. This explains the physical decline. It has more to do with your fertility than anything else, especially if you're the kind of woman that it looks good anyway and keeps her body together, keeps her health together. That physical decline has more to do with your fertility than it does your outward appearance. Although hitting the wall can be you letting your outward appearance go and men not finding you sexually appealing anymore.
She
and
just 40
sometimes that
something.
can happen younger than it's supposed to. Yeah, I was glad I got married at 20. It actually preserves you. See, quick diversion. Ladies.
Yeah.
The feminism told you don't get married, have a whole phase.
Yes.
When you're young. That actually ages you.
Really?
That actually makes you hit the wall. Okay? When you get married young, it preserves you.
Like hell.
It actually does the opposite thing.
Like hell.
So feminism helps you devalue yourself by making you sexually promiscuous and hitting the wall, and then you be worn out. You're worn out young. When in actuality, getting married at a young age actually preserves you. Okay? It preserves you.
That's a bunch of bullshit. Who want to be? Them are still boys. They are still boys. But you got, there I said it, facts. I have been recently sharing Kevin Samuels videos showing the gynocracy. They are triggered. We ain't triggered. Business proposal for your email. We ain't triggered. First of all, they are boys. How's gonna make us younger? When we stuck in the house with the baby, they're not mature enough. They don't have enough discipline. My mother's uncle was 14 years old when he did World War I. Okay. But things was different back then. But he still was a child. And if he went into World War I, he had to be trained. A lot of these boys she's talking about are not trained. They're boys. They're babies. They are still maturing until they're 21. So I would never even send a 14-year-old to know World War I. If it happens, all you gotta do is know how to shoot. See, that's the difference. All you gotta do is know how to shoot. Something coming, you shoot it up. But here, she's talking about being a full-fledged father, a full-fledged mother when you're 13 to 21. That's what she's talking about. And them are the wrong ages. Kids, look how many felt Look how many people have felt motherhood from when they had kids at 16, 17, 18, and 19 in 2021. Look how many kids have suffered because daddy is still a boy. He's supposed to be out there having fun. He's supposed to be doing him. Women supposed to be doing them. So now she's stuck home with a baby, but she's not all the way mature. He could barely keep a job. So he's not ready to be a dad. Then then he might be making more kids on the side. But she, like I said, she doesn't give the full story. She's setting these kids up. She's setting kids up for failure. And these are the same women you're going to talk about when they boy, not the man, when that boy leaves that little girl. When he leaves that 13-year-old. Oh, I'm not talking about 13-year-old. Well, I didn't say you was. You said it in your video. Well, you said back in the time. You said you glad you got married when you was 20. She's speaking upon now. You didn't see the whole video, King. She said they was able to get married, but it's best to start having kids when you're 13. Please come to class early, guys. Please come to class early. Now, you are absolutely right, Tina. Absolutely right. And then she's speaking upon having kids early. And in the present time, she said that she's glad she got married at 20. Again, what do you want from a 20-year-old? Like, what do you expect from a 20-year-old? So now he has that baby. And the next thing you know, that man has realized he ain't ready to be tied down and be married, which he shouldn't. And I don't blame him. But that baby is still here. So then now she got to go get the next video she's going to make. Not according to her. According to her, that means you depending on when you get your menstrual, you are ready. Come to class early. Come to class early. Y'all make me keep stopping the chat when y'all come to class late. Sometimes y'all gonna have to rewind and see what's going on. But according to her, she wants these babies to get married and have kids. The women to be the best women that they could be. Well, she was done at 16. Probably lost her mind. You was the first one on here? No. Blanche was. Oh, you was the first one. So how you missed the class? So how you miss what she's saying? Do you gotta rewind it back again, bro? You gotta rewind it. We're gonna let her finish. We let her finish. I have such a cold.
Because you're not out here in the street getting worn out. It actually keeps your vessel intact. It keeps you preserved, especially if your marriage lasts. It's very important for us to get married young. We can handle it. If you can handle having 3 babies by the time you 18, you can handle a marriage. Don't stop playing, okay?
Like I said, he must don't understand what she talking about. You did miss it. She talking about having 3 kids by the age of 18. Did you hear that? That's not in the past. She's talking about now. 3 kids before you 18. So that means at 15, 16, and 17, you should have 3 kids. And by 15, 16, and 17. So while you're 18 years old, you have 3 kids. She's talking about now, King Harlem. That's why I say you must not be listening. I'll be daggone if I would have me 3 kids by 18. Shoot. Just the thought of 1 kid by 18 and 19 is like, oh, damn. And listen, that's what we trying to find out, Blanche. That's exactly what we're trying to find out here. How does she expect them to take care of these kids in these days and times? How does she expect them to get married? And then you still got to get a parent consent. Oh, she's grooming. She's grooming. She's grooming. She's here to groom girls for the men. See the men in her chat? See how they reward her? They reward her very nice. She's grooming women for the men. So they could just be, everything's about the man. So she's working for them and she's grooming them. Yesterday we showed one when the lady came with statistics. She couldn't refute the lady. She couldn't say nothing, but she still spoke upon what the lady said. But she came with nothing. Nothing. That's what I just said, Caroline. Next thing you know, she's gonna be talking about them for going to get assistance. Exactly. That's the only place they're going is to get assistance. I have such a cold. Oh my goodness.
So yeah, see, they don't ever tell you the end. They don't tell you the end of feminism. What you get at the end of playing the game, the little stupid prizes that you get, the horrible prizes that you actually get. They don't tell you that. So men have actually understood what the wall is in terms of women and in terms of fertility. Let's see. Women don't go against feminism. Most women will not speak out against any sort of feminism. They will not. Hey, little Big Nate. They will not.
I'm glad she better
speak out against feminism. In point of fact, it's a lot of black women that will deny even being feminists in the first place. But when you start talking to them, all of those feminist talking points come out.
Oh well.
All of them.
Oh well.
Every last single one of them.
Oh well.
Right?
And
so these are the things that the men have gotten together and compared notes and like, wait a minute. Once they understood what the gynocracy was and what feminism actually stood for and what it was, then they realized that women actually don't go against it. And a lot of times, really what is at the core of it is programming. And it works so well with women because we're actually social creatures. And we will do stuff that all of us do. Like we'll do the same thing. Most women will do the same thing that other women are doing, especially if the other women seem to be getting some type of validation for it or some type of acceptance for it. Women don't like being left out. We don't like being left out of the social group for going against the grain. We actually don't like doing that because at some point it goes against our biology. We're hardwired to do the same thing. Okay, women are hardwired to follow one another to a certain degree because women will do what we're validated for. If men validate us for acting stupid, we gonna act stupid. If men validate us for being smart, we gonna be smart. If men validate us for whatever, then we gonna try to do that. And if we see other women get validated for certain things, then we're going to try to follow suit with that. For case in point, women get validated for being built like an IG model. Right or wrong? Women get validated for being built like an IG model. So because women get validated for that, what do all the women want to look like? Every woman you run into, whether she's a size 16 or a size 6, all of them still want that silhouette of the typical IG model. Big breasts, little bitty waist, hips, and booty. It doesn't even matter if it's on a big frame or a slender frame. She still wants that shape because we all do the same thing. Because if 20 women are getting validated for it, we're going to try to see if we can get validated for doing the same thing. So we flock We're like flocks of birds. You know how you watch birds fly, and when one turn, all of them turn. That's how women are. That's how we are. We're hardwired for that because it's safety for us in groups. This is actually something bioevolutionary for us. So we really can't completely get away from that. Even women who aren't part of the gynocracy, and this is one time what I was talking about women having to die a social death. And this goes into a lot of times why women won't go against the gynocracy. They won't go against feminism, because to go against it, especially nowadays, you have to die a social death. So we actually have to go against that hardwiring to not be accepted by the group. So when we speak out against feminism and out against the mindset of the gynocracy, we die a social death. Okay? We're socially outcast. And the men, y'all are privy to that because y'all see women call other women pick-me-sha and mammies and all of this type of stuff, these derogatory names. That's to mark those women as outcasted women. These women do not actually go with what we're talking about. So we're marking them as outcast to the group. And like I said, women don't like to be outcast to the group. We don't like being outcast away from the group. We like being in.
No, we like to be on our goddamn own. Where you been? Take your ass back to the Stone Ages, chick. And you take the manosphere men right with you. What she said, the red pill. You and the red pill take your asses back to the fucking Stone Ages. Talk about women don't like to be out the group. Shit. You ain't never seen a bunch of females hang around each other the way a bunch. I'm not saying a friend or a couple of friends. I'm talking about a bunch. You ain't never see women hang around a bunch of women like men hang around a bunch of men. There's always a bunch of men. There's always a female and a girlfriend. And it's like maybe 2 to 3 women that will hang out at a time. Even if you got a lot of friends, you will not hang out with a bunch of them. When you look on a corner, you see a bunch of men. When you go certain places, it's a bunch of men. So I don't know what you're talking about. We don't want to be excluded from the group. Who the hell is the group? Who? Yeah, men are always in packs. And thank you. That's why I say I'm not going to say nothing. I'm going to let you guys say something. I know I could break it down, but I'm reading y'all comments and y'all right on the money. I didn't have to say nothing. But I just had to stop and say, take her ass back to the Stone Age. And yes, we are incapable of thinking on our own, Blanche. You ain't up. You didn't know. Now you know. Take her ass and the rest of them back to the goddamn Stone Ages. And make sure they're 13 years old when you take them back to the Stone Ages, and 14. Make sure they're 13 and 18 so they could. I want to see what they do at that age.
Included in the group because there's safety, quote unquote, in the group. Women typically, like when we go back to the bioevolutionary root of that, women who aren't a part of the group get picked off.
Thank you.
We're the ones that we don't get anything.
Thank you.
Once we're outcasted from the group, we're outcasted from the whole group.
Oh, well.
Men too.
Oh, well.
So we're the least likely to get provisions or resources or be looked after or be protected.
No, we'll be all right.
If we're not part of the group.
We'll be all right.
So this is a lot of times why women won't go against it, because feminism is a programming. Okay? It is a programming. And women will not go against the programming. We don't oppose our environment.
Yo, she's so retarded. She's hard on the eyes. Oh my God. I have an idea. Let's cast her ass out the group. Yeah, let's take her out. Yeah, she out the group. I dare accept it. Everybody going once, going twice. She is out of the group. Okay. No young child needs to start having ex. 13, when they are very fertile by the time they're 21. They have 6. Yeah, mm-hmm. This lady is binoculars. I'm telling you. Did she make it sound like all of us women sit around, even the ones that's out there who is going through whatever they're going through and making, a lot of foolish mistakes because they have past issues they have not dealt with. None of them is not walking around with a damn poster saying feminism. No, people just not falling for that bullshit no more. How about that? Women ain't falling for women that don't make you. Who put that baby in that creature? Nobody put a baby in that creature. She doesn't have any biological kids, but she did have a husband, and she did raise her 2 siblings. I don't know what happened with the mother. The mother still is alive, I guess. I don't know how that story goes, but personal business I don't get into. I just have to talk about what they say, because if you get into anybody personal business on YouTube, they would call it harassment. But even so, I don't really get into personal business. That's why I don't know why they said I was harassing people, but I don't be harassing them. They be bothering me. They bother me when they put this stuff out. And we have to speak on it. We have to speak on it. Oh my goodness gracious. So wait, she's telling people to do this and have it done to herself. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, Blanche. So I don't know why she couldn't get knocked up. Maybe she didn't explain that not all women are not fertile, because she was married. Her husband has transcended. So that go to show you not all women are fertile. So why is she worrying about somebody else's fertility? Matter of fact, at her age, she's in her early 40s. She could still have kids. But she rather work for them, the manosphere, and the red pill people, like we really care. So that's the point. They're doing so much to make women care now, but we don't. We don't care anymore. That's why you see it everywhere you go. This is nothing but the same type of message Polite said, the same type of message Nature Boy said. All of them now, the red pill, all of them kicking the same message, because women don't care no more. We live in our lives. We are being happy as we could be. No, she don't. She look worse than Celie. But hey, guys, please watch our comments though, because that is called harassment too. How I know? They just demonetized my other page, calling it harassment, and it's it's crazy, but it is what it is. I think we got a little confused. So, because she said technically at 13 you can start having kids. I thought you were saying you can start having kids at 13. No, she said you can. You can. And you should have 3 kids by 18. She wants you to have 3 babies by 18. So all of that goes together, Tina. So we didn't get confused. She says, soon as your menstrual come, you are now able to have babies. That wasn't a confusion. And 15, 16, 17. So even if you don't do it at 13 and 14, you better be ready at 15, because she said you need to have 3 kids by 18, and by 21, 22, you should be finished having all these damn babies. So now you got the youth taking care of the babies, but they don't have the mindset to take care of the babies. So we didn't get confused. She's the one confused, Tina. She's confused. I'm not confused. You're not confused. She's confused. And again, Look, who is the bishop? I gotta check out the bishop. Who is him? And Sir Anthony. Sir Anthony, salute to the chat. Live like a sacral generator. They so mad at women for living a life, even if we don't like it. Like a lot of these things, I don't like it. But guess what? They live in a life. They hate any woman that's living a life. They are against it. Because we're not trained. Yeah, women like that make a lot of mistakes. Yeah, it happens. But men make a lot of mistakes too. You live, you learn. Some of them don't want to be trained. They want to live and learn. They want to have some fun. They want to go do a thing called roller skating. Something simple. They want to play basketball. They want to do certain little things girls do. At 13 years old, they want to jump rope. You don't want them doing none of that. You don't want them doing none of that. You don't want them to jump rope. You don't want them to play hopscotch. You don't want them to play Red Rover. No red light, green light. You don't want them to do none of that. You want them to sit up there and have these babies while they're still babies. No education. I told you, take this chick back to the Stone Ages. Exactly, King. Now you got it. Now you got it, my brother. Yes, and yes. Absolutely. So she's saying, yeah, see you later on, my sister. See you later on, my sister. I still want them things, Caroline, the lip gloss for my daughter. I need the lip gloss. So how she's saying it's so easy to get knocked up. My daughter is 15. I just now decided to have another one because the pregnancy, that's what happened to me. When I had my daughter, it was so bad. The next one came 16 years later. So Blanche, I'm telling you, it's a big difference. In your body's going to be tired, but you're going to appreciate it. Because both kids get to have the best of you. Both kids get to have the best of you. They don't have to share. You can put in a lot of time and everything. Now let's finish with this chick.
Environments, we nest in them. And right now, the environment is rife with feminism. So this is why you only get a small percentage of women, a small block of women that actually go against it, because we understand why you can't be for it. And actually, the group is being hurt by this. Okay. Right, culture first. See, we don't like being outcast from the group.
That's a lie.
We don't like being canceled. That's why we think it's so effective when we do it. This one canceled, that one canceled, because for us, being canceled out of the group is a death sentence.
Lies.
Right? Either socially, sometimes physically. But definitely socially and culturally, death sentence. So this is why you have feminists, you know what I'm saying, and these little gynocrats made up the cancel culture. Because for women, getting canceled is probably one of the worst things that can happen to you.
Who? Cancel me, please.
Right? Okay. So let's move on. Women don't show submission to their men around other women. This is further gynocratic teaching. This is other gynocratic programming. If your woman is submissive to you when y'all by yourself, but when she get around her mama, her sisters, her friends, or any other, like in public where there are going to be other women, and she start capping like she don't be listening to you. Thank you, Mr. Z, for the cash out. And she start capping like she don't actually be listening to you. This is gynocratic programming. And the men have gotten together, ladies, to realize that this is something that you do. Okay? This is gynocratic programming. I don't want other members of the gynocracy to see me being a pick-me-sha, because I'll be outcast from the group. And for gynocrats, being included in the group is more important than being with you and having a healthy relationship. And we can see the
What group is she talking about? Let me find this group. What group is she talking about? I need to find this group so I can join them. That means they living the best life. They living their best life. We want to live our best life. Can you please let us know the name of these groups, please? My kids got 11-year gap because I had a high-risk pregnancy. I almost, having both of my kids, I ended up getting a, oh gosh. Sorry to hear that, Tina. Sounds crazy. People have kids later on because that's what I was thinking. But according to her, you can afford them at 15 and 16 in America. They could find an apartment. They could sign a lease. The man got a full-time job. The woman don't need nobody because she grown, according to her. According to her. Now, I can see she was speaking upon grown women, but she's speaking upon little kids. So that leads me to believe that you're grooming these young girls for these men. You're grooming them. Or you got the older women listening to you and you're teaching them how to groom their daughters. Because the young ladies are not watching her. The older women are watching her, who's down with her or their teachings. So now she's saying, this is how you groom your daughter for these men. Make sure they are submissive. Make sure they do this. Make sure they do that. That was done in the Stone Ages or in certain religions. That's why a lot of females be running. They don't care if you got to stone them. I'm getting out of here, stone me, give me liberty or give me death, damn it. And some of them saying, I don't care, I want my liberty. Nobody wants to sit around taking care of no damn man all damn day. Shoot. Being talked to the way they talk to you. You got to act stupid so they can seem smart. Why would you let a man go outside the door knowing he dead ass wrong to boost his ego? If you got to do all this for a man, then why would we call him a man? Why would we call him a man if we got to do all of this? Why should we still the man then? What the hell? I couldn't afford myself for 15 with my little part-time. Thank you. And that's the same thing I used to do. Right in the grocery store. You ain't never lied. Was right in the grocery store. But at 15, you should be working on your second kid by now. You should have had your first kid by now, Blanche. You should be now working on your second child. So by the time you're 16, that's 2 kids. Because you got to have 3 by 17. We got to be working on your third kid at 17. So by 18, you'd have 3 kids already. So you got this twisted, Blanche. You got this twisted. Now go back in time and do it over. Ooh.
The truth of that in how unhealthy our relationships actually are.
Look, we got Michael Blackman. We got Harambe. We got Culture First, Politics Seconds, and Economics Third. And Black female celebrities will not speak out against radical feminism because they would be punished economically by the Democratic Party. What that got to do with celebrities and their mainstream media allies? What makes you think that? Did you ask them that? I would think they are more feminine, wouldn't you? All that eye candy, all the time they put into themselves so you can look at them, they will be considered more feminine. They come home, give you something good to look at. When you come home, you like, damn, I can't wait till I get home. Better than damn. I gotta go home to her. I'm just reading her comments. Women are social creatures, not really Father Time. Stop thinking y'all know us like that. Stop thinking you know us like that. Stop thinking you know all women. We don't know all men. What if that's like me saying every man are not social, but you got more men hanging around with crews. You got more men in gangs and crews and everything else on sports, everything else. Stop it. You'll see a bunch of men on a sports team after the game go out and get a drink and still be with each other. The women who could be on the same sports team, after they finish the game, they go on home and meet up with their real friends. Or maybe they may have a friend or two, but you will never see a pack of them together unless they're on a cheerleading squad. That's what I give a little cheerleading squad. I give it a little we still cool. But rather that shit.
Okay. So when you get your girl and she get the capping and fronting, like you gonna tell her what to do when just for y'all left the house, you straight up told her straight like that what to do. And she was all like, okay. But when she get around her mama, she be trying to act like she run your relationship, and she don't. See, this is gynocratic behavior. It's programming. Okay? Because she can't show that in secret I be trying to be low-key a lioness. I gotta put on my hyena hide when I go other places so the other hyena.
I keep telling you, stop calling women hyenas when you're the one who actually look like a hyena. I would never call a person a hyena when I look just like a hyena. I would take that word out the vocabulary. I would take it right out of my vocabulary because I actually look like a hyena. So, if you say the word hyena and then we're looking at you, remember, YouTube, I'm not harassing anybody. You hear her calling women a hyena, YouTube. So I'm just saying it right back to her. That means her too. Okay? Don't say I'm harassing anybody. I know, King Harlem, are some men that are not like that, but I dated a man at 80% of the time. He wants to hang around a group of men exactly all day and then go exactly. I tell you.
Hyenas don't get at me because this is what she's scared of. She's scared that when you're not around, her mom and her sisters, her girlfriends, and all this other type of stuff are gonna talk bad about her, and they may cancel her.
Oh, they may cancel her. You just sound just as stupid. I said she sounds stupid. I didn't call the lady stupid, YouTube. I said she sounds stupid. If anything, she's gonna act more womanly around her friends and her family. Because she don't want you looking at her man. See, you're lying. You're lying again. You are lying. If she never fixed that man a plate before, when other women come around, she's going to fix that plate. As I was saying, and she don't want to look like she's more mad. Exactly. You understand? Talk about they not gonna treat the men good. That's a lie. And she never sat under that man before. She's sitting under his ass now. And second of all, no, we ain't gonna tell you nothing nice about our men. Girl, where you been at? You better wake up. If the women that do act funky, that's because they want you to think in their mind, they man ain't nothing. So you don't look at them. I take your man, no, I'm the best woman then. Hey, honey. Hey, boo. Hey, my baby. I've been thinking about you all day. You know how women do that when all their friends around, they females, when just in case they listening to your conversation, they gonna talk to that man really sweet. What do you mean we not gonna do that? Because we're gonna be cast out. No, it's the opposite way, chick. No, we older than you. You's a kid to us. You's a kid. You ain't teaching me absolutely nothing. And she don't want to look like she's more masculine than him. It ain't about looking more masculine. We be masculine in the house. When we come out in the street, that's when we act all nice. That's when he becomes toxic masculinity. See, that's the part she's not saying. When he get around his friends, he becomes toxic masculinity. And he want his friends to know that he is the king of the castle. That's where the problems start. That's when the woman gets disrespectful. She want us to sit there and get disrespected because around his friends, he becomes toxic. And then that's when she'll pop off on him. Because at home, he didn't act like that. And in a sense, that saves the man when the woman do that. Because if you're too much of a good woman, even if a man got a good woman at home, he's going to want his homie's girl too. You understand what I'm saying? Even if they all hang together and he got a good woman at home and he know your woman is good, he's going to want yours too. So maybe sometimes that mouth or whatever may throw him off and may turn him on because he don't get that. We don't know. I tell you, the person who always do you dirty is your homeboy. It's never your woman. Your woman do you dirty too, but you look at it different. Because can you imagine all the stories? Why we don't see no YouTube stories where their homies did them dirty? They ain't going to do that. They'll talk about women all day. But I guarantee you that would clear this YouTube up if all the men say how they homies did them dirty. How they homies took their money. How they homies left them stranded. How they homies didn't have their back. Oh, it'll be, where are them stories at?
At all times, she has to show dominance. She has to show that she runs that relationship. That you all are not in, that she's not in a relationship where you're the leader. That at bare minimum, you're in a partnership, but more so according to what the hyenas like, she want, her hyenas want her to be in a followership where she's the leader and the men are the followers. Okay? Okay? So if you are guilty of these things, ladies, you need to actually reevaluate yourself. Because there are a few things on this list that is a part of female nature. So it's irrespective of whether or not you're a hyena or a lioness, you're going to do these things because it's just in female nature to do them. But some of this stuff is environment. and you're culturally trained to act a certain way and to behave a certain way. And it's not a part of your nature, it's a part of your program. Okay? So if you are guilty of you're submissive to your man in the house, but when you get around gynocrats, you don't want to show them, you don't want them to know that you be straight up submissive to your man, then first of all, you have to understand that the women around you are gynocrats. If you are afraid of what they will think about your relationship because your relationship is a leadership type of relationship, then understand that your mom and all of them, they are gynocrats. There's no way that you should be ashamed, afraid, or somewhat apprehensive to let it be known that this is the relationship dynamic that I have with my man. Right? And thank you, Dr. Michelle. Exactly. So yes, indeed. She said belongingness is a biological, psychological, and emotional need for acceptance as a member of the group. They just use that need in the wrong way and become accepted by the wrong group.
Too.
Exactly.
Shut it up.
Exactly.
Y'all in the group right now. What?
Exactly. See, just like we talked about with toxic femininity. See, Beyonce told y'all to tell your man to the left, everything you want in a box to the left. She told you tell your man that. She ain't telling Jay-Z none of that. Do you understand that? Jay-Z double dog let her talk out the side of her neck. She look like she don't talk out the side of her neck to him. And I don't even think he's heavy-handed. He don't even strike me as a heavy-handed dude. Not really. He just strike me as one of them dudes. I'm going to say it once. I might say it twice. I ain't going to say it 3 times. I'm not going to keep repeating that. You heard what I said, and you heard it the first time, you understood it. Now, if you didn't understand it the first time, I'll go ahead and say it the second time with an explanation. Make sure you get it. If I have to come back around here to this same point tomorrow for time number 3, you're not going to like this situation. I can guarantee you're not going to like that outcome. So I would highly suggest that you get it together, review examples 1 and 2. Don't make me come back and put an example 3. You're not going to like that. I suggest you review. Okay? Guarantee you're not going to like it. If I have to keep coming back to 3 times, what was wrong with you? What did you talk? You crazy? What's wrong with you? You see what I'm saying? So you're submissive with him in the house, and then you don't want to go in front of your fellow gynocrats and be submissive because you don't want them to be trying to tell you how stupid you are for letting a man actually lead you. I experienced that in my own situation when I had first got married, and it became evident that I was being submissive to my husband. And then my mama was trying to be like, you ain't got to do everything he say. And I was like, boop, 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 boop. Boop. Okay. Okay. Boop. The number you have reached. Okay. I know you are not trying to tell me how to behave in this relationship. You ain't even figured out how to behave. You didn't figure out how to behave in your relationship, so we don't want to talk about that. Okay?
She got a lot of hatred in her heart. A lot of hatred.
This is how I know.
That's sad.
Because I had kind of had that little bit, I don't want her to know. And then I had to check me. Like, wait. This is your relationship. She ain't got nothing to do with your marriage or your man or you. Why is you scared to talk to her about, why is you scared for her to know anything? Like, what's she gonna do? Boop, boop, boop. What's she gonna do? You see what I'm saying?
She got a lot of hatred. A lot of hatred in her heart.
Hey, algorithm. First time here. Welcome. All right. They're entitled in life. That's self-explanatory,
No.
ladies. Feminism does have you feeling all kinds of entitled. You think you entitled to a man's money, to his sex, to his time, to his energy.
Through feminism, the people that you talk about so much. So this is the problem we have with females. Did they help you get this opportunity to be on YouTube? Did feminism help you get this opportunity to be on YouTube? To listen to the music? Because technically, you don't belong on YouTube. A woman's job is not to be a teacher, correct? The man is supposed to teach the woman, correct? You're confusing me again. Y'all like to talk about the same women that made things possible for you. You want to make it bad, but you're on YouTube. You have men following you. You have men agreeing with you. So everything you say is hypocritical. It should be only women in your chat, not men. Because according to you and your religion, women are not to teach a man. A man has no business in your chat listening to you. And Father Time, as they call it, and then you got Father's Time and the bishop and all these other people, and they in there listening to you, what that made me feel differently about them. You want to talk about the same people or the same group of women that made things possible for women. That's like we need to just like throw every woman away who has accomplished something. Like Simone Biles. Let's just take all her gold chains, her gold Olympic chains away. Nope. But we're going to stick to you. Is feminism help you get them cash apps for men? Shouldn't you be grooming yourself for another husband? Because why? I don't care about the reason why. We don't know all the whys. But one thing we know is women have to fend for themselves because we are, at the end of the day, we are individuals first. Self-preservation is first. So when her husband passed, now she had to snap into her self-preservation, which means now she has to do things and work and get that money, same way the women who she's talking about not supposed to do. Now she has to, you notice she reads, she talks very well. She has education. There's nothing dumb about her. She finished school. She did go to college, but didn't like it, and she decided to get married and do the Stone Age life. But at the end of the day, you ended up, you're still single, and you still have to make a living. You still have to pay them bills. So feminism helps you out too. That you're able to have people listen to you and even be out doing this. Because technically, you know how many men see you? In all reality, men should not be looking at you. But just because you're on the screen, you forget how many men are looking at you. Remember, no man is supposed to be looking at the next man woman, even though you don't have a man right now. But your face is already out there. So even if you get married and you just, your man say, I don't want your face out there no more, it doesn't matter. Your face is still out there. So did feminism play a part in that for you to get to where you had to go? That's why I don't listen to people when they talk about people being feminists. And they ain't doing nothing to you. Or they taking our job. We didn't take nothing. And then you work really hard to get your numbers up, get your likes up. You know, you're doing ads for people, which means you're talking to a lot of different men. The feminism play a part in that. So you're added. I don't show the ad in the beginning, but she has an ad in the beginning. So she's working with people. She's doing things. So let's go.
You think you entitled to invade his privacy? Okay, when you get ready, y'all ain't been talking but 2 hot little seconds, and you would call yourself really think you got the right to go through his phone. Like, boo, 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 excuse you. I know you didn't reach for, okay, the phone. You know how much I have paid for this device? I know you are not reaching for this device. I'm on a whole payment plan with this iPhone. I know you are not reaching for this device, ma'am. This iPhone is costing me a good $1,200. I am on a payment plan with T-Mobile. Stop playing with me. Do not reach for this device. Okay? Thank you, Jam. Thank you, Jeremy. Did I say thank you? Thank you, Jeremy. Let me see. Let's see. The other thing didn't work. Anyway. So, let's see where I leave off at. Yeah, you're entitled. You think you entitled. Thank you, Brother Zeke. You think you're entitled to this man's everything no sooner than he start talking to you. Knock it off. Knock it off, okay? You are not entitled to anything. You don't own nothing but them little funky thought monkey drawers you got on. Just let's just be real about that, okay? Let's be real about that. All right? Sometimes you don't even own the clothes on your back, because don't think I don't know some of y'all be boosting and y'all go get them clothes and y'all keep the tags up in there and then y'all go take it back. Broke. That's a broke hustle. That is broke. Okay? Thank you, Hostile Adept. Now, what else? Women mature when sexual attention stops, and they decline when sexual attention starts. Ladies, this is what they know. That when you stop getting looked at for that little fatty you got and that monkey, when they stop looking at you for your monkey, that's when you want to get enlightened. That's when you want to have introspective moments. Like, what is the meaning of life? Did I really watch the first season of Real Housewives again just yesterday as a binge watch? Why am I 325 pounds? Okay, you want to do that? After he ain't looking at you for your monkey. Okay? That's when you get post-wall clarity. That's what we gonna call that. You get post-wall clarity. Thank you, 9X Leo King. You get post-wall clarity. Instead of the dudes getting post-sex clarity, you get post-wall clarity. Okay? Right, see, watching documentaries now all of a sudden you can use polysyllabic words, you know. Now you wanna go and look at little documentaries on YouTube. If you don't knock it off, in your 30s, it's too late. Choose their sexual market value, and that's it. Feminism devalues us in every area of womanhood. All right? So it devalued us there. Our sexual market value is the only thing that we identify with. We don't identify with what kind of person you are, your personal market value. Who are you? You don't identify with your belonging market value. How is it that you belong to your family or to your community or to the people around you? You know, what's your reputation around you? You don't think about that. You don't think about your friendship market value and what the company you keep says about you. And feminism tell you don't think about your marriage market value till you're in your 30s. It's too late. You're supposed to be thinking about your marriage market value in your 20s or before.
Before I'm 20. Damn.
So this is why a lot of ladies are emotionally immature.
Well,
a lot of you are 15 and 16 years old. You're my age chronologically, but emotionally, you're a teenager. You're not any better than a sophomore. This is why you can find a lot of women crowded up doing the same thing, saying the same thing that a young woman say. Listen, you will find a 20-year-old woman and then a 45-year-old woman think the same way. That's not supposed to be happening.
No, you don't think like me.
The same way, because both of them 15 years old.
No, we don't think the same, chick. No.
BOFFUM, both of them.
No, we don't.
Both of them are 15.
Mm-hmm. Because her man came when she was in her.
So you think you're gonna get some wisdom from an older woman, and she talking the same stupid stuff that a 19-year-old woman is talking. Hey, bunny.
Yeah.
And you trying to figure out where did her maturity go? Why is it that she was able to go through all of these many more years of life, but she doesn't have a deeper perspective of life than a young woman? You know, it's for an 18, 19-year-old woman to be wet behind.
All right. I get what you're saying, but I don't get what you're saying. But I would tell you the difference of that conversation. My pockets is deeper than hers. I guarantee you a 45-year-old woman could say that to a 15 and 16-year-old. She can have all the knowledge she wants to, but I bet you she won't say her pockets is deeper than mine. That's because women who did not get married at that age, they doing the damn thing. They going to school, making their money and stuff, got their degrees, they doing them. They are doing them. Their pockets is deep. How you want to tell me something about a man? A man ain't no damn mystery. A woman ain't no mystery. Either we get along or we don't get along. We got chemistry or we don't got chemistry. Can we communicate or cannot? Goodbye. Hello or goodbye. That's it. It's that simple. Hello or goodbye. Acting like that 15 and 16-year-old pockets is deep because she got a man. And then again, whoever's confused, you will see that she's still saying 15 and 16-year-old with a man. They told me, I told you, I was not confused. I understood exactly what she was saying. And she says it over and over and over. Why do you keep pushing a 15 and 16-year-old to have a fucking man? They ain't got no business with. Let them stay kids as long as they can. I would not want to have the same mentality as a 45-year-old. Because I would have liked to be that age and stay the kid. I would have liked to be that age and say, hey, this lip gloss be popping. This lip gloss be popping. Yes, I would rather say that. I would rather say, come on, girl, let's hang out at 50 instead of having a conversation with a 45-year-old and me and her got the same mentality. That don't look bad on a 45-year-old. That look bad on a 15 and 16-year-old because that child has never had a life. Yeah, she could tell you the ins and out of a man. And you look at Mahogany Sins, put 13. Mahogany Sins, if you could see it on a check, has 13 there. Is this grooming or not? Is this lady? I mean, you got to speak. Are you? Oh, you're not grooming nobody. This how it was. You right? Was 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 done. We ain't doing that to our babies no more. We ain't doing that to our daughters. We ain't sending them off to the men that you're getting them ready for. We're not doing that. We're not. Them days are going to be over. That's why y'all got them nature boys out there. That's why y'all got them TKOs out there. That's why y'all had them polites out there and any other one of them men that's doing it under the radar. That's why they out here. Talking about having all these different women or one woman telling us about man. No. We already know we feminine. As you say, the minute that egg break and you 12 or 13 years old, you know you're a woman because you're in pain. You in pain. You need some Tylenol. Them cramps is kicking your butt. I knew I was feminine since then, and nobody had to teach me that. And then every other month after that. Hello. Shoot.
And it is with the Similac and not know really what's going on and think she really got it popping and all this kind of stuff. But you will get a woman my age, my whole age.
Then Mahogany Sensei, she throwing women with PhDs. That's the dumbest thing. Y'all know I could never listen to a whole show. When she has a long show, y'all know I cannot listen to her whole entire show. But we got Mahogany Sins throw in women with PhDs. This is where things get tricky. It gets really tricky. You get mad at women for being lawyers, right? Until one day you have to walk into a court. You're going to be glad to see that black woman lawyer there. Then you get mad at women who are judges saying they're against the man. Until one day it's you in court. May not be your man. It may be for a bumper. It may be because he hit you with a car or something like that. Who knows? But it may not have to be because of a relationship. You'll be glad then. Oh my God, I'm so glad she was a black woman lawyer. We go to the doctor. God forbid you have something, anything terminal. And the men can't figure it out. But thank God that lady followed her intuition and went to school. And she healed your ass. You gonna talk about her PhD then? They study really hard. They're here to save lives. So if they gave up their life to save somebody else's, how dare you talk about them? How dare you? A lot of female judges and lawyers keep a lot of black young men out of jail too. A lot of them, especially if they was from the hood, now they moved out the hood, but they still feel a little sorry for the hood because they understand the hood. You know how many times kids got to keep getting locked up for that judge to say, lock him up? Because the judge keep finding ways to save him. Because he black. She's black too. She understands. Now with the child support thing, that's another whole thing. Well, we got so many different reasons why women take up certain jobs. And when you need them, stop burning your bridges, because the universe is going to put you in a place one day, or you don't want to admit where a woman helped you. And you was like, thank you. Now we'll listen to a little bit more of this, then we out of here because I can't take too much of her.
I have been on this earth for decades.
All right, she's only 40.
You mean to tell me I don't know no more than a woman that's just now figuring out how to get out of high school?
Now, we got Live Like a Sakara Generator. Society doesn't really support marriages at that age, though. She have to be with an older man. Do y'all see what I'm saying here? Have I lied to you guys yet? Have I lied to you guys yet? You see how he threw in Live Like a Sarashu Generator. Society doesn't support marriage. No, because you can't get married. In certain places you can, but either way, you still need for your parent, if you're underage, to sign it off for you to get married. Now, we both know 2 13-year-olds can't take care of no damn kid. So she has to go to an older man. That's what she's pushing. Do y'all hear me? That's what she's pushing. Of course, society will accept 2 young kids. Society doesn't like when it's a baby with a grown-ass man. But because she has her menstrual, now she's considered grown. And she's pushing that agenda. She's pushing it. Because she knows 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17-year-old can't. Even a 17-year-old could barely find a good job. He has no experience. He has no freaking home. With 3 kids, a 17-year-old is taking care. A 17-year-old man is taking care. You let me know. Show me a 18-year-old got 3 kids. Because if a woman got 3 kids, that means he got 3 kids too. Show me where he's able to fully take care of that household, the whole entire household, while she sit home with the babies. Show me where that 18-year-old is going to do that. I'll be waiting. I'll be waiting. Y'all better stop playing with me, pushing that damn pedophilia crap. I mean, pushing things that should not be pushed. Sorry, YouTube. I didn't mean to say that. But the ages just don't sound right, YouTube. So take that off the analytics, YouTube. Every 5 minutes, I got to apologize to YouTube and stuff. Because the analytics be, you can't say nothing. And don't tell me she ain't pushing it. This is not a conspiracy theory, YouTube. I'm only repeating what she's saying. That's it.
You mean to tell me I don't have a better outlook on life? I haven't learned anything more? I haven't gone through more? What have my life experiences been for if I have not learned anything from them? If I have not gathered any wisdom from them? I have not learned from my mistakes. I keep doing the same thing over and over. You got women my age and older committing the same dating faux pas that you did when you was 18. My email is in the about section if you are on your laptop. It doesn't show up if you're on your mobile, but here is my email if you would like it. Emails don't show up in mobiles. You have to be on laptop to see the full about information. To be good enough, we have to be doing exactly the same thing that men do. So basically, we have to try to become men because men are better than us and we're not nothing as women. So your value as a woman is nothing burgers. And so in order to be valued as a human being,
now, this is the blessings for you. Sad, but this sister ain't lying. I'm a case manager for family services, and you'll be surprised because I keep noticing behavior of 18-year-old cases with 42-year-old cases. It's sad. It ain't sad. 18-year-old ain't got no business with no cases. How about that, the blessings? The 18-year-old ain't got no business with them cases. 18-year-old ain't got no business in family services. 42 years old, it happens. 18-year-old should be living their lives. Unless it's a 42-year-old with the 18-year-old child. We need to see people like you, we need to learn y'all faces. So when we see y'all asses up in courts in these places, we'll know that you're not for us. The same way she say people is not for us. When y'all go, y'all need to go look at these channels and check out these freaking men. So if you ever go anywhere and see these men, you will know they are not for you. They do not like you, and they out to get you, single women. Wake up, start checking these names and start checking these faces. So if they say I live someplace, look at their faces. You might see them again.
You have to do and be and say what men are and doing and saying. We have to be equal to men. Why? For what? Because it doesn't do anything but make you envious of men. Because what you start doing is seeing the differences in how they operate and how you operate as a woman. And then you start seeing yourself as not good enough. Because we have different traits. We have different natures. Men do things a certain way because they're men. Women do things a certain way because we women. It was the gynocracy that told you being a woman wasn't good enough. Because the Most High made you how he made you, and you were good enough when he made you. You were good enough to serve the purpose he made you for. We don't even have the same purposes as men and women. And it's feminism and the gynocracy that make you look at yourself and not like that I'm a woman and I do things a certain way. And it's okay that me operating this way is different from how men operate. It's okay. I don't have to operate like a man in order to be valuable. I don't have to do things that men do in order to be valuable. They told you that having children and being there for your family and being the backbone of your family was oppressive and ridiculous to you to do. And it didn't have any meaning and it didn't have any value.
All right, guys, that is enough for her. She made me go past my time. Do y'all guys think that's grooming or not grooming? That's the purpose. Does it sound? Got to be careful with your words. Oh gosh. Does it sound like she's grooming or not grooming? Because she's specifically stuck on these age brackets with men, which we cannot call one a woman and we cannot call one a man. They both are children. So we're talking about little girls and little boys. We're not talking about a grown woman or a grown man. She's speaking upon little girls and little boys. 13 to 17 are children. They are not adults yet. They are still children. So why would you want these children to have 3 babies by 18? So y'all making me mess up my effery. So we're going to have our effery afternoon. Instead of our morning effery, we're going to have an afternoon effery. So if y'all want to laugh and stuff, I don't know if it's going to be she or Kiki or whoever. But we will be coming back with the effery. Get ready to get your laugh on. I see you guys back in a little bit. Peace out and thank you all for being here.